See in the background there, the Belarusian fighter preparing for his bout. Right now, it's all about Germany versus Mexico. Okay, and the first move comes from the Mexican. Another headshot there, but the German is putting up a good defense. Headshot comes down to the German. The Mexican actually switches his style, which might complicate things for the fighter. So we're just looking for that burst of aggression from the American fighter now. Excuse me, the German fighter. Again, the Mexican fighter keeping him at a distance. Very, very cautious. You can see their guard is totally down. I think they're going to regret that if they keep it down there at some point. Not a lot of aggression coming from either fighter. There's a good headshot there, which comes from the Mexican. Well, let's see. And once again, he's getting this clean headshot. I think the German is actually just leaving the door wide open. You can see there that the neck protection of the Mexican concerns me slightly, as the marshals had pointed out before, but they must have some sort of covering in there. Otherwise, the marshals wouldn't have allowed him to go back into the list. So presumably that's what took the Mexicans so long to get back to the list, although there seems to be a problem there on the part of the German. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I'm not sure, maybe actually might have taken a groin shot there. So some words of encouragement there from his teammate, asking if he is okay to carry on, and yes, he is. And if he has taken a blow below the belt, I mean, to be fair, that's a demonstration of incredible spirit. So, and the round is actually called there. The marshals will have to confer to discuss the progress of this fight. Again, a blow from one of these polearms, like I said before, you're going to feel it. I mean, this really is full impact. You can see that the polearm there that the German has is mildly shorter, but it has a very, very long blade on it. Naturally, of course, these blades do have a regulation thickness, and of course, none of them are sharp. However, even in medieval times, in real situations of war, swords, apart from the point, were never sharp, because the sharp blade will never go through what was iron armor at the time. Of course, polearms, the idea is not that they are sharp, the other is that they have a lot of weight behind them. And the two fighters just waiting. You can see that the Spaniard and the American are ready for battle there. Just exchanging a few words beforehand. We saw that the Spaniard sort of came out of his shell in his last bout, so we'll be looking to see if he can maintain that aggression. However, this American, he's going to make it difficult for him, I can tell you. So, again, the Mexican aiming for advantage of the height that he has. Again, the Spaniard here does have a height advantage. Both fighters holding up their polearms, looking for any weak areas. So far, no blows have been struck. I think the American will probably fight to put money. I don't think the American will draw first blood, if you will. And yes, he does. And he goes for a wonderful headshot there. Plays the dummy beforehand, gets slightly tangled in the rope there, but it's nothing problematic. And the Spaniard holds back a bit. Very, very tense fight this. Very, very tense. Okay. So, the Spaniard again holding his polearm. It's such a very, very long polearm, but he's holding it very, very near to the end. And now, of course, he's widened his grip. There's a nice shot to the head there from the American. That's some great work there, and the marshal has broken up for the end of the round. Again, some nice displays of aggression from the American. I think that will work well in his favor. And again, the Mexican's just checking that neck protection there. Trying to make sure that it's held up. I think they've probably been told by the marshals to make sure.
The victory goes to Mexico.
And Mexico are the winners over Germany. Another important victory. The Mexicans are having an amazing day at this polearm competition.
And the next
Fantastic.
fight on the list
So,
Russia versus Argentina.
Russia, Argentina as we hear.
Down to the list.
And we move on to for the second round of
Moldova
Spain
versus Austria. Fighters,
versus
please get ready.
the USA. Okay, the American now ready for the battle. Got just a few words between marshals, while the Spaniard also collects himself ready for the next round. The weapons touch, and they're off. And again, something tells me the Spaniard might try to come out of his shell a bit more this time. He's going to have to if he's looking for the victory. But again, again goes for first blood there. But that's an incredible combo there made by the American. He's going to struggle to answer that. And once again, a weapon has... The Spaniard's been very, very unlucky with these weapons. I think that's the third one he's got through. So he has a replacement halberd. Again, keeping his distance to make sure the American doesn't connect with those shots. We can see that the American's weapons has taken a number of strikes in the middle there, but they're still holding strong. With a few strikes of his own, he's got a nice position on that weapon, not holding it right at the end, so he's got a faster control, and you can see what the benefit is of that hold he has on the weapon, because he's had such quick combos, such fast combos. Yeah, and again, the Spaniard there with the polearm behind the head, which is of course prohibited. So we have Argentina, Russia. Again, some nice blows there coming down from the Russians. Some very, very well evaluated. And the USA have come out the victors of the battle against the Spanish. But here now it's all about, it's very, very careful approach by the Russian fighter. I think time has been called on that, or... Okay, the marshals actually pointed something out to the Argentinian there, not sure what he said. So Poland and Ukraine will be in list B, coming up now. Kind of long lean there from the Russian fighter. He's great on a counter-attack. He's sort of lets his opponents attack him first, so he's ready for the counter-attack. It's very, very intelligent fighting. The swings he comes out with are, in fact, relatively slow. But they're quite precise. It's seldom, I mean, we just saw him miss one then, but he's not missing many shots. And you can see there's just an adjustment on the gauntlet there of the Argentinian. And you can see here the Ukrainian and the Polish fighters get ready for their bout. So we saw some amazing technique there, some evasive technique from the Polish fighter there, which I think is going to work in his favor. And the Ukrainian, however, does have the aggression, is going to try and get in there quite close to him. So it'll be interesting to see where this one goes. I couldn't call it. As you can see, that there's a little more movement at the beginning from the Ukrainian, just a little though. Being quite tentative, but he's moving in quite rapidly. I think the only approach to adopt with this pole is to go in rapidly. And again, he's taking advantage of the space. The pole going for long shots, but defending well. Again, nice shot to the head there from both fighters, in fact. As they continue to, well, the pole holds down his weapon quite low, but they're at a distance at the moment, so it's not going to make too much of a difference. But you do get the impression that the pole is going to move his weapon around the widest. Again, a clinch of the weapons there. It's very, very, very tense, but you can't really see which way either fighter is going with that. Are they going for a grapple and try to floor the other opponent? And that brings us to the end of the round there.
Fighter from Russia gets technical win.
Okay, unfortunately, due to the armor problems of the Argentinian, he's unable to continue, which means that the Russian
And we're
gets
having
another
Moldova
technical win.
versus Austria on list A. Moldova and Austria, please come to the list A.
So, the Argentinian not having the best day, but
versus United Kingdom.
still showing some great strength.
Versus United Kingdom.